Well guys, check out this beauty. We have a club car, and this is a loaner so that we can hook up a Wattcycle battery, and it just arrived today and I can't resist to install it. But before, I want to show you what we have in here. These are all lead acid batteries, so we have a total of 6, so that could mean that we have 8 volts. These are Trojan batteries, by the way, and the golf cart is currently fully functional. Now check this out. This is the Wattcycle battery, and we have the charger right over here. This is a 15 amp charger, and this battery comes with pretty cool specifications. First and foremost, it is a 105 amp hours. This is a 48 volts, in which we know that it is 51.2 total. It comes with a super huge BMS, which is what makes it a little bit different. This one has a 250 amp BMS with a peak of 600 amps for 32 seconds or 1000 amps for 2 seconds. This is insane. Also, we got 16 prismatic EV gray cells, so it is safer, and it can do up to 6,000 cycles in total, guys. So this obviously is designed for golf carts. It comes with a Wattcycle app as well, so you can monitor everything from it. They claim that it charges quickly, but a 15 amp charger is not the quickest that I've seen. So this one will charge it in about 7 hours. It is IP65 waterproof as well, and it comes with temperature sensors for either if it gets too hot or if it gets too cold, it will automatically shut off. So again, this one has a metallic casing, and we're going to be hooking it up to that club car and see how it does for the next couple of days.
Much later.
Alright guys, so as we are getting ready for my daughter's birthday today, I decided to work on this cart a little bit. You can see we got everything here almost ready, and we're still working on it. But what we have done so far is, of course, we charge the battery. You can see the terminals connected here. We did that overnight because last night it started raining very badly. They said it's a 2016, and this is what we're working on, guys. So with a T40, after removing all the batteries, in which they are right here, right behind that seat, I removed all of those lead acid batteries. I cleaned the area and I measured everything, okay? So now with a T40, I removed this one screw, okay, that is located right here, and I was able to get access to the controller. Now, you might want to do this before you put on the battery, because I'm going to get rid of this charger. But instead of cutting wires, I'm going to go ahead and remove it from the back here. So the positive for the charger is connecting to this capacitor right here. So that's a ½ or a half little wrench like this. I'm using a socket as well. So I'm going to use the socket and this to remove the negative and positive terminals, okay, to remove that this whole thing, this whole harness. And it is also connecting with this gray wire right here, but this is simple. All we got to do is just pull it out. That one is done, okay, and we just have to disconnect the negative from the controller and the positive from here, and that whole harness comes out. Because we're going to be using a different charging port, we're going to be using the one where all you need is a extension cord, like one of those household extension cords. You plug it in here and you're all set. And I already cut it 2 identical pieces. It used to be like this. I had to cut it on this side because I needed a clearance of 12 inches and I wasn't getting it. It was going to hit right here. But on the length side, it should fit almost to the dot, guys. Okay, what I did is I measured here the base from here to here. It has like 18.25, and from here to here it has a little less than 12 inches, and that's perfect. The top you don't have to worry about, it's just the bottom portion. And now what I'm going to do is remove that harness, and then we're going to put that back on and fit the battery and see if it does in fact fit. And voila guys, this is what it looks like once everything is out. So this is the gray wire I told you to disconnect from this one here. All right, and this is the red wire that went on here, and this is the ground wire that went to the controller right here. So what I did is, in order to use the socket, I just unplugged this red one. Don't forget to plug it back on here. And I also unplugged this one momentarily so I could insert the socket in there and get it removed. So this screw right here was a little bit rusted out. What I did is that I added a new one. So it's good that if you guys have some hardware around to get things done properly, that way you avoid future issues. You can see this one was pretty rusted out, and that's not a good contact point. So replace it if you can. Now we're going to attempt to install the battery on there, and basically all we have to do is just insert it and pray that everything fits as we anticipated. Here's the progress we have made so far with this golf cart. First and foremost, you have to remove the mat. In order to do that, well, you got to grab, I believe this is a T40, and you have to remove 2 screws that are located right around this area. And you're going to do the same thing for the opposite side, and that will allow you to remove the floor mat. The second thing you have to do is remove 3 screws. You have a T15, which is this one. It goes on top, and you have 2. These are T25s, I believe. Let's go ahead and check that out, or 2 T27s. All right, you had to remove, there's one here and one here. You have to remove both of them so that this entire thing can come out. And as you can tell, we already ran the display wire all the way through here. There's a little canal that you can feed this through, and it makes it just so much better and easier to do so. There's 4 T27s here holding this whole plastic area, the green part. And the reason you had to remove this is because we had to take out this, okay, in which I already installed the new port, as you can tell. All right, so now we have an extension cord socket right there. So I screwed it in, and in order to do that, you had to remove 3, these are T40s. You had to remove that after removing the 4 T27 so that you can lift it up and it comes out a little bit easier. This is coming out to be great, guys. We already connected the port here for the charger, and this is what it looks like now. All right, that came out to be great. The next thing we did is activate the display, and as you can see, it's working great. There's no visible wires whatsoever, and this is going to be a connection for the charger. Now we got to work on the power converter, 48 volts to 12 volts, and it's probably going to go somewhere around here like this, and then connect it to this, and then you're going to connect the negative and the positive going to it, and that's pretty much it, guys. It's super simple, and like I said, it's coming along great. And then we're going to organize all the wires so that way we can use this area here for storage. So that's going to be very cool. The only issue I had with this battery was the charger. I ordered another charger just to ensure that it wasn't the battery that wasn't charging, and indeed I got a defective charger. So I reached out to the company and they will send me a new charger very soon. We got our power converter all set and ready to go. As you can see, it is working, and we have all of our lights 100% set and done, guys. Keep in mind that when you are eliminating lead acid batteries, you have to get a power converter because your lights are most likely 12 volts, and this battery is just 1 voltage at 51.2 volts. And if you connect the lights directly from here, then you're gonna burn them up. So you have to get a power converter like this one and install it on the card. That way you ensure that you get the proper voltage. And I know I keep probably showing this over and over, but this is what I was able to do with all the wiring. I went ahead and got the charger all set up and ready to go. We got the power converter set up and ready to go. And this is all the space, guys, that we have in here. I can literally fit a cooler in there and store some drinks or whatever you want to do with it. If you guys like to go fishing, whatever, you can fit a lot of things in there. And we got the app somewhere in here. Let's see, it is called Wattcycle. There we go, we are now connected, and I'm gonna be recording this screen so that way you guys can see live how many amps are being absorbed by this motor. By the way, guys, we have a Plum Quick motor on here. I'm gonna try to do my best to show you. I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to see it, but it is right there. Plum Quick motor. So this cart can do up to 30 miles an hour, which is really cool. All right, guys, so here we're gonna start recording the app, and you should see this now on the screen here. And basically what we're gonna do first here momentarily is record the amperage being absorbed by this Plum Quick motor. Okay, and so I'm actually going to take a look at it. So right now it's only about 20 amp, but I'm not pressing on the card. Okay, let's make a left turn, and 108. I saw 146, and then it went back down, guys. Keep in mind that this can do up to 1,000 for 2 seconds or 600 for about 5 seconds. And we have a Plum Quick motor. Now the controller on this golf cart is stock, so maybe that's the reason you're not absorbing a lot. We're gonna try that here one more time. In 3, 2, 1. And I saw a 156, guys. A 156. Okay? The next test we're gonna do is that I'm gonna go to the end of this road and I'm gonna do a speed test to see how fast we can go on this golf cart. So for that, I'm gonna stop recording the screen here, the app, and we're gonna jump into the speedometer. Well, guys, we gotta do this kind of quickly because there's traffic around here today. But check this out. I'm gonna leave the phone right in front of me here, so that way you can witness it yourself. We're doing 24, 25, 26, 27, 27, and I'm not sure. Oh, there we go. 28, 28, and we never got to the 29. But off video, I got it up to 29 miles an hour. Okay, so I started this video here, this section of the video, before we took off from my garage at about 99%, and now we have 97%. I can see here. Let's go ahead and check on the app itself. That way we are 100% clear, so that we can continue to the next segment. Now, the next segment, which is gonna be trick-or-treating with the kids tomorrow, we're not gonna be doing speed, we're not gonna be doing any of that. There's gonna be a lot of kids around, but I just wanna show you guys and give you a little overview of what this cart is capable of doing full of people. And I think that's gonna be quite amazing in my humble opinion. And so, right here, you can see it. This thing is quite phenomenal in every single way. That charger, even though it's not the one that came with the battery, it is working fine. No issues. It is a standard 15 amp charger dedicated for this kind of battery. And yeah, guys, so far I haven't had any hiccups, no errors, no any of that. And I think it came out to look great on this particular cart. It fitted very nicely, and overall I am happy. Now, even though there's still a segment that you guys will watch but I'm not going to be speaking, so I'm going to say goodbye now, but stay tuned because after this small clip you guys will see the real ride that I'm going to do with family on this golf cart, and I'll see you guys on my next one.